Imagine a world, right? A dream of freedom, equality, ignites this huge revolution.
Yeah, this powerful idea.
But then slowly, almost so you don't notice, it twists into something,
Yeah.
well, something chilling. How does that even happen? How do societies go from these utopian hopes to, stark reality?
It's a massive question, and today we're really digging into that, using George Orwell's Animal Farm as our guide.
Exactly. You've shared the first 10 chapters, the real foundational stuff, and our mission is to unpack the key moments, the really important bits. We're tracing how this farm, transformed by rebellion, sees its core principles just erode,
And we'll look at that initial spark, the big players who emerged, those early successes.
which felt so real at the time.
Absolutely. And then the shift's subtle at first, then much more obvious how power moves, how ideals get redefined, leading up to, well, a pretty tough conclusion.
Okay, let's get into it. It all starts at Manor Farm, Mr. Jones's place, and it's pretty rundown, neglected.
Yeah, Jones is mostly drunk. The animals' lives are just miserable, laborious, and short. Humans in this picture just consume. They don't produce anything.
Straight away, you feel that injustice, don't you? It sets the scene perfectly for something to break.
It really does. It's that classic setup for an uprising, oppression, exploitation. The animals are just resources. So when the idea of revolution comes, it feels necessary, almost inevitable.
And the voice for that idea comes from Old Major, the prize boar. He gets everyone together, shares this dream, this philosophy.
His message is powerful because it's simple. Man is the only real enemy. Rebellion is the answer. A future where all animals are equal.
And that song, Beasts of England, it paints this picture of life without cruelty, no rings, no harnesses, no whips. It's pure hope.
It really is. It's the core ideal, right? The pure vision before anything gets complicated. Like so many revolutionary anthems, it promises a better world, galvanizes everyone.
But then, just 3 nights later, Old Major dies. His dream doesn't, though. It takes root.
And the pigs step up. Snowball, Napoleon, Squealer, they're seen as the cleverest, and they turn Old Major's ideas into animalism, a whole system.
Was it an easy sell, though? Did everyone just jump on board?
Not quite. There was skepticism right away, which is interesting. Some worried about Jones leaving. We should starve, they thought. Others wondered, what's the point if we won't see the future?
And Molly?
Ah, yes, Molly. Worried about sugar and ribbons, purely personal comforts.
And then there's Moses the Raven talking about Sugar Candy Mountain.
Right, the sort of pie-in-the-sky afterlife the pigs have to argue against. It shows you straight off. People or animals have different motives, different beliefs. Keeping everyone aligned is tough.
Yeah, those personalities pop up so fast. The actual rebellion, though, it kind of happens by accident almost. Jones gets worse, forgets to feed them.
And they just snap. They drive him and his men out. Pure, spontaneous uprising.
And that initial feeling must have been incredible. Chasing out the humans, destroying the whips, the harnesses.
Total euphoria. They rename the farm Animal Farm, a huge symbolic act. They even look around the farmhouse, amazed by the luxury, but decide, nope, museum only, no animal lives here.
Though Molly gets caught with a ribbon pretty quick. A little sign, maybe?
The little foreshadowing, perhaps. But then comes the big moment. The 7 Commandments.
Right, the pigs taught themselves to read and write somehow.
Yeah.
Snowball paints them on the board.
Let's see if we remember them. 2 legs enemy, 4 legs friend.
Yep, no clothes,
No beds.
no alcohol,
No killing other animals.
and the big one, all animals are equal. Seems solid, right? The foundation.
It looks like it, but almost immediately. The milk.
Ah, yes. It just disappears. Napoleon says, oh, harvest is more important.
And later we find out it went to the pigs, along with the apples. It's the first tiny, tiny crack. Not a big betrayal, just privilege creeping in.
Okay, so humans are gone. They've had this amazing first harvest, better than Jones ever managed. Faster, no waste. Boxers working like mad. I will work harder. Everyone feels it, this initial success.
That's the honeymoon period, isn't it? The dream feels real. But underneath, things are already starting to shift.
How so?
Well, the pigs start directing. They don't do the physical work. They supervise because of their superior knowledge. And that creates a divide right there. Intellectual versus physical labor.
And Molly continues to be, well, Molly. Skips work, wants sugar.
Eventually seen with a human, then just vanishes. She represents that element that just can't commit to the collective idea.
The cat, too, always slipping away during work time.
Yeah, the cat's just looking out for number one, pops up for meals, opportunistic.
And Benjamin, the donkey, still cynical. Donkeys live a long time. He's just unmoved by it all.
Which is fascinating. Is it cynicism or a kind of weary wisdom he refuses to pick a side?
So how does the farm actually run now?
Sunday meetings are the main thing. They hoist the flag green with a hoof and horn, plan the work, debate resolutions.
But mostly the pigs debating, right? Snowball and Napoleon already disagreeing on everything.
Constantly. Snowball starts all these committees, egg production, Clean Tails League, lots of ideas, maybe not all practical. He also pushes literacy classes.
Which works for some, but not others. Pigs get fully literate, dogs too,
Right.
Others struggle.
And that difference in literacy becomes so important later. Who can actually read the rules? Who relies on others to tell them what the rules say?
Snowball tries to simplify things, right? The 7 commandments become,
4 legs good, 2 legs bad, mainly for the sheep, who just bleed it constantly.
and while Snowball's doing all this committee stuff, Napoleon's got his own project.
Yes. Very quietly, he takes Jessie and Bluebell's newborn puppies away. For education, he says. In secret.
That sounds ominous.
It is. While Snowball's focused on broad initiatives, Napoleon's thinking about control. He's raising his own loyal force. It's a chillingly smart move if you think about it in terms of power.
And then Squealer starts his work, justifying why the pigs need the milk and apples.
The brain worker argument, they need it for their health, to manage the farm, and the ultimate threat.
Surely, comrades, you do not want Jones back.
Exactly. Pure manipulation. Playing on fear to justify inequality. It's propaganda 101.
And the outside world is noticing. The other farmers.
Oh, yeah. Pilkington and Frederick. They pretend to scoff at Animal Farm, but really they're scared. This leads to Jones trying to take the farm back, the Battle of the Cowshed.
Snowball's big moment, strategically.
Absolutely. He'd read Caesar's campaigns, plans this whole defense, pigeons distract, geese attack, they feign retreat, then ambush them. It works.
Boxer fights incredibly hard, too, though he feels terrible about stunning the stable boy.
Yeah, that's a key bit of character, isn't it? Boxer's strength, but also his inherent gentleness. He says, I have no wish to take life, not even human life. Stark contrast to later events.
So they win. Snowball and Boxer become animal hero first class. They set up the gun to fire on anniversaries. It feels like a confirmation of their success.
He does. But even as they celebrate, the pigs are consolidating power. First step, moving into the farmhouse.
Even though everyone sort of remembers a rule against that?
Vaguely. But Squealer smooths it over. It's necessary for the dignity of leadership, for the brain work. And then the 4th commandment changes.
Muriel reads it. No animal shall sleep in a bed with sheets.
Clever, eh? Squealer explains sheets are the human invention, beds are fine. It's the start of twisting the language, changing the rules bit by bit, relying on faulty memory.
Which leads us to the big split. The windmill.
The windmill controversy. Snowball's grand vision electricity, automate tasks, 3-day week, versus Napoleon's focus, fill the manger now. Practicality versus progress.
The farm is divided. Vote for Snowball and the 3-day week. Vote for Napoleon and the full manger.
It mirrors real political divides, doesn't it? But the debate doesn't end with a vote.
No. Just as Snowball seems to be winning the argument, Napoleon makes this high-pitched whimper.
And in charge, 9 enormous dogs, the puppies. Wearing brass-studded collars, they go straight for Snowball.
Chase him right off the farm. He's gone. Just like that. Brutal.
It's the coup, the violent end to any real debate or opposition. A direct echo of Stalin driving out Trotsky.
And Napoleon immediately takes charge. No more Sunday meetings. Decisions by pig committee only.
And Squealer gets to work rewriting history. Snowball wasn't brave, he was a criminal, the windmill. Napoleon's idea all along, it was just a tactic to get rid of the dangerous Snowball.
And Boxer.
Boxer initially questions it slightly, but Squealer's persuasive, the dogs are growling, so he adopts his second motto, Napoleon is always right, blind loyalty.
They even dig up old Major's skull and put it by the flagstaff, like replacing one icon with another. The whole atmosphere changes.
It does. It marks the real beginning of the end for the revolution's ideals. Debate is replaced by orders, equality by fear.
So the next phase, things get even darker, right? Building the windmill becomes this massive burden.
They work like slaves. 60-hour weeks plus voluntary Sunday work, which isn't really voluntary because rations get cut if you skip it.
Boxer's incredible, though. Works harder than ever, dragging stone by himself. But they're all working harder. For what, exactly?
For the pigs, increasingly. And the farm does hit real problems. They can't make everything they need. So Napoleon announces trade with humans.
Whoa. That must have caused ripples. Didn't they have a rule against that? Against money?
The animals feel uneasy, they remember something. But Squealer's there again. You must have dreamed it, comrades. The dogs are there too, looking menacing. So the unease is suppressed. Truth becomes whatever the pigs say it is.
And then disaster strikes the windmill.
A huge storm blows it down. It was maybe built too thin, but Napoleon, he doesn't hesitate.
Blame Snowball immediately.
Instantly, Snowball crept in during the night. Death sentence on Snowball, rewards for his capture. It's textbook scapegoating. Find an enemy, external or internal, to blame for failures.
And the animals believe it.
They do. And they start rebuilding twice as thick this time through a horrible winter, all fueled by Boxer's "I will work harder" mantra, believing they're fighting against Snowball's sabotage.
Meanwhile, food is running out. Seriously short.
Rations cut drastically, but Napoleon needs to keep up appearances for the outside world. He uses Mr. Whymper, the solicitor.
Fills the grain bins with sand. Just a layer of grain on top.
Exactly, pure deception. And then the hens. He demands their eggs to sell for grain.
And they resist. Smash their own eggs.
I do. It's the first real organized rebellion against Napoleon, and his response is ruthless. Cuts their rations completely. 9 hens die, officially. Coccidiosis. But everyone knows.
It's brutal. And Snowball becomes the explanation for everything bad that happens.
Everything. Broken window, Snowball, lost key, Snowball. Napoleon claims he can smell him everywhere. He becomes this invisible, all-powerful saboteur.
And Squealer keeps rewriting the past. Battle of the Cowshed. Snowball was actually Jones's agent. He tried to get them defeated. Napoleon was the real hero.
It's shocking. Even Boxer objects at first. He fought bravely. But Squealer, backed by the dogs, insists. Our leader, Comrade Napoleon, has stated categorically that Snowball was Jones's agent.
And Boxer gives in again. If Comrade Napoleon says it, it must be right.
It's heartbreaking, that loyalty twisted into enabling tyranny.
Which leads directly to the purges, the forced confessions.
Napoleon calls an assembly. The dogs drag out 4 pigs who'd protested earlier. They confess under duress, obviously to working with Snowball. Then others start confessing too. Hens, a goose, sheep. Minor things, probably imagined crimes.
And they're all killed, on the spot, by the dogs, in front of everyone.
It's horrific, a public spectacle of terror. It shatters the animals. They remember the commandment, no animal shall kill any other animal.
Clover is just devastated, looking out over the farm thinking, this isn't what we worked for. This wasn't the dream.
It's the complete opposite of the dream, the ultimate betrayal. And of course, afterwards,
The commandment gets checked again.
Muriel reads it, no animal shall kill any other animal without cause. Those last 2 words mysteriously appear.
So Napoleon is now completely in charge, untouched.
Pretty much. Rarely seen, guarded by dogs, special trumpeter, eats alone off fancy china, gets grand titles, father of all animals, terror of mankind. Minimus, the poet, writes that awful poem, Comrade Napoleon.
A total cult of personality.
Absolutely. And he's playing games with the humans, too, negotiating timber sales with Frederick and Pilkington, playing them off each other, spreading rumors about Frederick's cruelty.
To make selling to Pilkington seem better.
Exactly. But then, surprise, he sells to Frederick, gets the money.
Which turns out to be fake, forged banknotes.
He's been double-crossed, which leads directly to
Frederick attacking. The Battle of the Windmill.
Yes. They come with guns. The animals fight bravely, desperately, but the men drill holes in the windmill and blow it up.
All that work, gone.
Devastating. The animals are furious, drive the men off again, but suffer huge losses. Boxer is badly injured, split hoof, pellets in his leg.
And Squealer calls this a victory.
A great victory, because they regain the ground. Never mind the windmill, the casualties. It's pure spin. Forget the unfortunate affair of the banknotes. Have a celebration. Napoleon even invents a new medal.
The Order of the Green Banner.
Which he awards to himself, of course.
And then the whiskey incident.
Oh, right. The pigs find whiskey in the cellar. Huge racket from the farmhouse. Napoleon runs around wearing Jones's bowler hat. Then Squealer announces Napoleon is dying.
Issues a decree.
Right.
Drinking alcohol punishable by death.
But then Napoleon recovers and needs barley sown for brewing beer. And what happens to the 5th commandment?
Let me guess. Muriel reads it again.
You got it. Squealer is found near the barn wall late at night with a ladder and paint. And the commandment now reads, no animal shall drink alcohol to excess.
The hypocrisy is just breathtaking. Which brings us almost to the end. Boxer.
Boxer. His health is failing after the battle. He's working just as hard, nearing retirement, age 12. Still dreaming of that quiet corner of the pasture.
But those pensions never actually happened, did they?
No. Talked about, but no animal had ever actually retired. Then Boxer pushes himself too hard at the quarry rebuilding the windmill and collapses. Lung injury.
Geek it up.
Squealer appears, full of sympathy. Arrangements are being made, he says, sending Boxer to the hospital in Willingdon, the best care.
The animals are a bit relieved, but also uneasy.
Then the van arrives, and Benjamin, the donkey, who hardly ever speaks, suddenly comes racing towards them, shouting.
You can read the side of the van.
For the first time, he uses his ability for something urgent. Fools, do you not see what is written on the side of that van?
Alfred Simmons, horse slaughterer and glue boiler, Willingdon. Dealer in hides and bone meal. Kennels supplied.
Chilling. Utterly chilling. They realize what's happening. They shout to Boxer.
He tries to kick his way out. Yeah. You hear faint drumming from inside. But he's too weak. They take him away.
Gone. And Squealer comes back later with the story. Boxer died peacefully in hospital, praising Napoleon. His last words. Forward, comrades. Forward in the name of the rebellion. Long live Animal Farm. Long live Comrade Napoleon. Napoleon is always right.
A complete fabrication.
Total lie. He even explains the vet. Oh, the vet just bought it from the knacker, hadn't repainted it yet. Believable. Not really. But what can they do?
And the pigs get money.
Which they use to buy another case of whiskey. A memorial banquet for Boxer, they call it. But it's just them, drinking. The ultimate betrayal of the most loyal worker.
So years pass. Most animals who remember the rebellion die off. Clover, Benjamin, Moses the raven. Some pigs are left.
The farm gets bigger, richer, more organized, buys land, has a windmill finally. But it's used for milling corn, for profit, not for electricity for the animals.
Then life for the ordinary animals.
Still hard, still hungry, cold, working long hours. Squealer reads out figures showing massive improvements, but it doesn't feel that way. Benjamin says it best. Hunger, hardship, and disappointment are the unalterable law of life.
But the pigs and dogs are doing okay.
Oh, they're thriving. More food, the young pigs go to school, wear ribbons on Sundays, other animals have to step aside for them. Pigs drink beer daily now.
Equality seems gone.
Squealer explains too rigid equality is against animalism.
Yeah.
They have spontaneous demonstrations celebrating triumphs, but the animals are still hungry. Moses the raven is back, talking Sugar Candy Mountain. The pigs let him stay now.
Why? Because religion keeps the animals hopeful, docile.
Exactly. An opiate for the masses. History keeps getting rewritten, too. Snowball wasn't just a traitor. He was leading Jones's forces at the cowshed. His heroism, a legend. His wounds, inflicted by Napoleon's teeth.
It's completely upside down.
Yeah.
And then the final shock.
Clover sees something astonishing. Squealer, walking on his hind legs, awkwardly, but doing it.
And then the other pigs, too?
All of them. Out they file. And last, Napoleon. Majestic, casting haughty glances, and carrying a whip in his trotter.
A whip, the ultimate symbol of human oppression.
And just then, the sheep burst into a new chant, coached for a week by Squealer.
4 legs good, 2 legs better. 4 legs good, 2 legs better.
Drowns out any possible protest.
Completely. Clover gets Benjamin to go with her to the end of the barn where the commandments were.
And they're gone. All 7. Replaced by one single commandment.
All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
There it is, the final justification.
After that, everything changes. Pigs wear clothes found in Jones's wardrobes. Napoleon wears a black coat, breeches, leather leggings. They get a wireless radio, a telephone, subscribe to newspapers.
They've become human.
Essentially. Which leads to that final scene.
Yeah.
A deputation of neighboring farmers visits the farm. The pigs host them in the farmhouse.
The animals creep up and look through the window.
They see pigs and humans sitting together, playing cards, drinking beer, laughing. Mr. Pilkington makes a toast. He praises the discipline on Animal Farm, how the lower animals do more work for less food than anywhere else.
He says, if you have your lower animals to contend with, we have our lower classes. Right. The link is made explicit. Exploitation is exploitation, whether by pig or human.
And Napoleon responds.
Announces changes. No more comrade. The boar's skull buried. The flag, just plain green now. And the name.
He renames it back.
Back to the Manor Farm. He says that's its correct and original name. The revolution is officially erased.
And that last line. The animals looking from pig to man, man to pig.
But already it was impossible to say which was which. The transformation is complete. The oppressors have become indistinguishable.
Wow. What a journey. From old Major's dream in the barn to that scene through the window. You really see how animalism, those core ideas, were just twisted, rewritten, ignored.
Yeah, it wasn't just the words on the wall changing, it was the reality of their lives, completely reshaped by those in power.
This deep dive, it really hammers home how fast power can corrupt, doesn't it? How language is just such a tool for control, for shaping what people believe is true, and how easily history, memory, can be manipulated if there's no one keeping track.
Absolutely. The danger of that blind loyalty, like boxers, becomes painfully clear. And just how subtly a revolution can eat itself, betraying everything it stood for.
So as you think about Animal Farm's path, maybe ask yourself, where do we see similar things playing out? Power shifting, language being used to reframe things, maybe core principles getting forgotten or conveniently reinterpreted.
How important is it really for us to remember the original rules, the founding ideals of any system, and crucially to question things when they seem to be changing, especially when we're told it's for our own good?